show my love for you.
Welcome to Marriage Mondays, where we talk about all things marriage and, of course, most importantly, family. Thank you guys so much for watching and tuning in and listening. Thank you guys so much for your support. Thank you. This is Marriage Mondays. Hi guys. Welcome back to the Love Shown podcast. This is Marriage Mondays. And on today's episode, we are going to be talking about how to keep the romance going with a full-time job and with kids, because dating is important and you have to keep the spice up. All right, so continue to watch. Hey babe, how important on a scale of 1 to 10 do you feel is romance and keeping the romance in a marriage?
On a scale of 1 to 10. So I definitely think it's situational, but I mean, in purest form, a 10. I mean, it's definitely. I think romance is a part of marriage. So, in order to have a truly healthy marriage, romance is necessary. It's a necessary part of a healthy marriage, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So it's definitely a 10 to have some sort of romance to some degree. Now, if we're asking the degree of romance, that's a whole other question. But to have romance in some form or fashion is definitely a necessity. So that's a 10.
Shawty, you a 10?
10.
Yeah, I definitely think romance is definitely important. And I know it's hard, especially now where people trying to find time and trying to find babysitters, but you seriously need to make time for what is important. And it's definitely important to date, and not even necessarily date as in we gotta go out to a restaurant or something like that. Like, you can do little cute things at home. Like, there's so many cute things at home. Like, for our boyfriend girlfriend anniversary, yes, we celebrate that. Get into that a little bit later. But we did a coloring contest, and what do we? That we did strawberry, chocolate covered strawberry. I was gonna say we did pizza, but I don't think we did pizza. Like, little things like that you can do around the house. And if you don't have a babysitter, you can involve the kids in that too. Like, that's a cute little fun activity. Get the kids to color and all that. Just quality time. But I think it's definitely important to make time with your spouse to keep the fire going. So, babe, what are your tips of keeping the romance and balancing a full-time job as well?
So I would definitely say you definitely just have to make time for what's important. Life is all about a balance, It's all about, you making, certain times for certain things. So personally, what I had to do is when to say no to certain things so that, our romantic life and our one-on-one time will become a priority. So when to say no to work, or when to say no to, like you just said, I mean, if it's an issue with kids or need a babysitter, when to say, okay, this is the day that they can go with, grandma or a babysitter or whatever. So it's really just making time for the people that you care about. and your spouse or your significant other, you're supposed to have a romantic relationship with them. That's what the premise of the relationship is. It's supposed to be, y'all in love and you want to show that love. So it's just making that time, and then of course knowing, their quote unquote love language, and um, showing that affection that way.
And I think
That's
it's so
important.
hard to keep the romance, because when you have jobs, like that was kind of our problem when we first moved in together, when we both had the same jobs, and I think that was kind of our downfall the first time around. Watch our origin story. I'm gonna link it somewhere right here, if you haven't watched it yet. But I think because you live at work.
Yeah,
Like you live
a good
at
point.
work, and then when you come home, like it's hard to lose weight too, and it's like that too. Cause like when you come home, listen, I don't want to do nothing but rest and eat some fries. I don't want to cook. Don't talk to me. I don't feel like being a wife. I don't feel like being a husband. And I think jobs are a detriment to a lot of marriages. So, and then sometimes when you have an off day, you just want to sleep or rest, or you gotta catch up with your mom, gotta go to mom's house, gotta go to grandma's house, let everybody see the baby and all that. Like, it's like you're pulled and tugged so many different ways, and it's like you have to prioritize, y'all have to make the time and put your foot down and plan and schedule it out how it needs to be. But as for us, we do date night once a week where we do something. And I feel like we probably should be a little bit better, because by no means we're perfect. We're not perfect, but I feel like we probably should start doing like a little bit more activities. But I think right now we're really just kind of resting. Kind of like
Well, yeah,
resting.
and I mean, and I don't even think, like you just kind of said, it's not even necessarily about the activities. It's just the one-on-one time
Yeah.
with each other,
Yeah.
aside from kids and or other people or whatever. Because I could be off work and you can be off, and we're together, but we're together with either RJ or with other people or with family or whatever, and that's not the same thing. You want to make sure that we have just the one-on-one time, and then even if all we're doing is just watching TV, but watch TV together, we ain't got to worry about getting pulled or tugged from one way or the other, and if we make that commitment to each other that we not gonna get on the phone with nobody, or we're not going to, carry on a conversation with nobody else or whatever for those few hours or whatever it is. That may be just all you need for that once or twice a week. Again, just to keep things fresh.
How to balance things out. Learn how and when to say no. No. Oh, can you do? No. Oh, you off on Thursday? Can you? No. You have to put your foot down and say no. I am having romance time, lovey time. That is my lovely time. And put that phone on do not disturb. Put that phone on do not disturb. Okay. Undivided attention, I think, also is super duper key. But yeah, I do understand that it's hard. But even if you have a date night once a year, like, and I know that sucks, but if that's all you can do, make it happen. Like, say, oh, I don't have the money, I don't have the babysitter, I don't have the save your money, or plan a vacation. You could plan a vacation, spend one-on-one time, intimate time, especially, during your anniversary. I think that's definitely important too. But I say date as much as you possibly can. And what that looks like is one-on-one time together at the house, having conversations, talk to them, ask them their favorite color. I know that sounds stupid, but like ask them their favorite color again. It could have changed. If you're in it for the long haul, like you just can't expect someone to be the same way for 10 years, 5 years, 15 years, 20 years. It's just not there. So keep asking them the questions, keep being in their mind. It takes work. It does. A lot of people don't want to do work, but it does take work. What else do you think? Because you don't want to talk about sex. So
Yeah, I mean, that's just, I honestly, just to touch on sex just a bit. Sex is just, it's truly just a residual of a romantic relationship. That's just, I mean, because 9 times out of 10, if you have any type of attraction to the person that you were in a relationship with, sex is, as you know, I always say it anyway, sex is going to come naturally. That's just something you're gonna want to do, and you're gonna fit that in. You're gonna fit it in, whether it's a 5 minute quickie before you go to work, or a 10 minute quickie before you go to work, or something you get in before go to sleep at night, or whatever. You're gonna find some time to do that, and it don't take long. Let's just keep it G.
how important do you think sex is in a marriage? Scale of 1 to 10. And by important, I mean good. How important is good? I mean, come on. When you think about it, like we gotta start having these uncomfortable conversations, and they shouldn't even be uncomfortable. Like, first of all, no one told you how to taught you how to have sex. Now, with us, we have a debate on that. He says it's supposed to come naturally. I think that does sound good, and it does do a different perspective, but I still think, like, I feel like you gotta learn at least 1 or 2 tricks or something, something to make it good, because I don't even know the percentage or what, but I'm sure there's a big percentage of married couples that sex ain't good between the two.
It's in more than likely they don't really love each other, or they're not
you eating up the population.
in love with each other. And there's a
Not
lot of
you
people.
eating
There's a
up like
lot of people that's married that's not in love with each other. There's a lot of people that is married out of convenience. There's a lot of people married for kids. There's a lot of people married because all kinds of reasons, and we're not gonna go into that. But there's just a lot of people that is just married for all reasons that just don't have nothing to do with love, and it's hard to admit. I know most people in those situations don't want to admit it. Who will want to admit, oh, I'm married to this person? Basically, I'm using this person because, I'm.
it's a business transaction. A lot of people like to say it's a business
Yeah,
transaction.
some business. Yeah, I mean, it's a
It's
lot of different.
business.
Some people are married because they're afraid to stand on their own 2 feet financially. So they'll, rather just be in this relationship and stay married, and those are the people who tend to walk outside of their marriage to find something else, to whatever it is that they're missing, which of course, most of the time we think about sex and we think, cheating is sex and all of that. But it could be romance. Talking about it could be the fact that you don't find time. We don't find time with each other to be romantic. And again, 9 times out of 10, it's maybe the person who got a little bit more time on their hands outside of the other person. So again, it's all about that making time situation. So you find it somewhere. If you're thriving romantic feeling from somebody, or romantic activities or whatever it is from somebody, and you're not getting it from your quote unquote spouse or partner, you're gonna go find it. So I mean, that just go back to the time. It just goes back to you making time for the things that is important. If you're planning a forever with a person, I feel like they should always be in your decision making process, within your decision making process. They should never be, oh well, I ain't thinking about them. I don't care about what they think. That's not,
A marriage.
yeah, that's not good.
So, in the marriage, scale of 1 to 10, how important is sex?
I'll say a 7.
Because you're not gonna have it forever.
So not just because you're not gonna have it forever. I think physicality is something that, and I really, and to be honest, I really want to go lower than 7. I'm thinking,
Be honest.
I'm somewhere between 5 and 7,
Okay.
because I think physicality is something that will always remain changing. People are gonna get fatter. People are gonna get skinnier. People are gonna get old. People are gonna get wrinkly. People's hair color is gonna change. People is going to, they may start wearing glasses. They may not wear glasses. They're gonna. It's like it's gonna be so many parts of the physical, which that's what sex really satisfies. It's the physicality of things, and then you want to talk about, well, I'm not attracted to this person no more, and I think within a marriage or within a relationship, the laws of attraction is deeper than just physicality.
I think you just should also have an open conversation with your spouse. You should definitely ask them, like, okay, do you really like this? Do you not like that? Do you like this? Is that okay? Do you want me to be smaller? Do you want me to be bigger? Hair, no hair. I feel like you should have those uncomfortable conversations. And once again, to me, I just feel like they should not be uncomfortable conversations. I feel like nothing should be off limits. I mean, obviously, you shouldn't force on your spouse to do what they don't want to do sexually, but I still think there definitely should still be a conversation.
It really, like you said, it really shouldn't be an uncomfortable conversation, because you should be able to, and even if you don't say it verbally, you should be able to show it physically. You should be able to show it if it's something that you don't like during sex. Hey, fool, you should be able to see that it's
Maybe not fool.
something that you is doing.
But it is extremely uncomfortable to bring. I totally get why people think it's uncomfortable, but now that I'm almost 30, it's just like, nah, I'm gonna say ain't no more faking, ain't no more ain't no more nothing. Do y'all want to have orgasms or no? Okay, like let's no more faking. Let's have a conversation. Let's be real. Let's obviously do it in a nice way. Same thing for men. Say it in a nice way to your woman to where they won't get offended. But when you walk with God, you don't walk in offense all the dang on time and defense all the time. You're slow to get angry and quick to listen. It always goes back to God. So you have to have it in your marriage as well. But yeah, you definitely should take their feelings into account, but you should want to be happy as well, and definitely have that conversation.
And then the crazy part about it is you thinking that you putting in all this effort, and the effort is not being appreciated, and then that you gonna lash out. Because you're going to be like, I just did ABC, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. And you acting like I ain't do nothing.
Yeah.
And they act like that because it wasn't what they wanted. And so you did all that for no reason. So, yeah, you definitely have to communicate with the person, to say, okay, is this what you like? Is this what does it for you, and then, wherever that is. Like I said, whether that's going out on a date and that's going to a certain type of restaurant, certain restaurant, or staying at home, or that's in the bedroom or whatever. It's, this is what is going to do it for me. This is what makes me happy. This is what I think romance is. And how close do your spouse come to that is very important.
Yeah, and I know a lot of people probably will say, well, this sounds like dating. Yeah, of course, because it is dating. Never stop dating your spouse. Never. Everything is changing. And for the people that's like, oh, well, that ain't for me, or I ain't got time for that. I only talk to the people that want to know how to keep the romance going. You clicked on the video for a reason. I'm talking to y'all who likes romance and wants to keep the romance going. Okay, this is what you have to do. You have to continue to date. You have to continue to ask those questions and pretend like your first time meeting. Feel like it's your first time meeting. Have if you ain't never had what's it called? Had sex on the first date. You can have sex on the first date there. Say, I'm going on a date the first time with my spouse, and we're gonna have sex tonight. Like, make it up. No one has a rule book to this. We're just giving suggestions here, okay? But I think it's definitely important. Definitely important. But yeah, do you have anything else for the people?
No, I don't think so. I think it's just, do what's best for you. Do what's best for y'all. And I think the last thing is also to don't worry about what nobody else is doing. Don't worry about what other couples is doing. Don't you be looking at TikTok and YouTube and Instagram and the lady down the street or whoever, they going on all these vacations, or they doing, he buying her all of this and she buying him all of that, and you don't know they in the damn house beating the hell out of each other. You don't know. You just don't know. So,
oh my God,
don't worry about what nobody else got going on. Don't be looking at what nobody else. You should know your person.
Yes.
And I get it. People gonna change, and so I'm not gonna say, oh well, you ain't liable to change and start to kind of like new stuff. But at its core, you're not probably gonna change all that much. Like if you a simpleton, you just gonna be simple. Like I'm simple. I don't need a whole lot of flash and glamour and glitz and all this type of stuff. 9 times out of 10, if it's some type of glance and glimmer and all that, it's coming from you. And I just ain't that type of person. You know that. So it ain't no need.
Nigga, you introduced me to that. What you talking about?
No.
Babe, you picked me up. Go back, watch our origin story. You picked me up in a car service, gave me a tablet, gave me a that is not simple.
Yes,
okay, to you. Yeah, but having a freaking car going to Bonefish.
Yeah,
look at the gold. And I'm going.
Excuse me.
Look at this.
Excuse me.
Ask him how much these frames cost.
Look, $10.
No, they cost $5,000. Just like Shannon.
This whole situation.
Just like Shannon Sharp, they cost $5,000.
About $23. That include the prescription. But no, it's
don't do me on this internet talking about I like the glitz together. You like the finer things in life as well.
No, that wasn't what I was talking about. I was talking about
what you talking
like being extra. Like I said, like
you really think I'm extra?
No, that's what I'm saying. Because I think we get each other. Traveling the world and things like that is something that I feel like we will do eventually. I do honestly feel like that's something for us to probably do when we get a little bit older, got a little bit more time, a little bit more money set, saved up and set up and all that type of stuff. It just ain't, because like I said, I know people personally that do all this stuff, and they, like I said, they going on vacations and cruises and going to the most expensive restaurant, going out of town just to eat and all this type of craziness, and it's like, and you struggling to pay your car note, or you can't pay your mortgage.
I mean, live life, bro.
And things like that.
You only live once, bro. Don't listen to him, bro. Screw these bills, bro.
You want to be living in a house too.
Screw Uncle Sam, bro.
You gonna be out there on the street if somebody, evict your ass. Or you gonna be living with your mom and dad, and then you ain't gonna be able to do nothing because hell, you ain't gonna be able to move right because you living with somebody. So, when you gonna have sex then? I mean, so
find a way.
I mean, yeah, you're going to find a way, but then it's going to be uncomfortable. And then it's going to just go down a spiral. And before you know it, you're going to be creeping somewhere in a hotel with some girl named Shirley doing something bad. And so who knows? So that might be either one, the wife or the man. Who knows? But anyway, we don't want to go down that road because I feel like when you live above your means, and that's what's gonna happen. But
what is your favorite thing to do?
Being at home, chilling together, long as we in each other's presence, and I got you, RJ, or just you, or just RJ, or whatever. I'm good. My biggest stress is job and finances and things like that, and that's just life. But outside of that, socially, I ain't got no quarrels. I cut you off in a heartbeat. I ain't have time for that no more. I'm pushing 40.
Yeah. I'm like, listen, I don't care. Now that I'm older, I'm like, I don't care. Sorry. Don't care. I'm grown. But I don't care. No. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I would like to go out and have a good steak dinner every now and again. And again, I mean, I work hard.
Oh, I get it. So you don't like going out to eat because you're married to a 5-star chef. Okay. I mean, that makes sense. Makes sense.
That's
I got it. I got it now. Cause I'm just trying to figure out. I'm like, we used to go out all the time. Go out to eat. I love.
Georgia calling.
Who?
Bullshit Georgia is calling right now.
Is that what it says? Oh. Okay, guys. Well, that was another episode of Marriage Mondays. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Bye. Say bye. Do the same thing every time.